Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be doing a quick review about this power station coming from iTech World. So this unit is an iTECH300 Pro. And a little bit about the spec of this unit. The rated capacity is around 276 watt-hour. The unit has DC and AC output and also an LED. So in the DC output, it has one PD 60 watts, another PD 18 watts, and has two QC 18 watts, and another two 5 volts USB, and last but not least, two unregulated DC 12 volts. And on the AC section, it only has one AC port here. This AC port is powered by a 300 watt inverter built-in with 600 watt peak. And then it has one input. This input is, I think it's DC 1521, sorry, 5521. And this one can draw power from either a solar panel or a wall plug. And here's an LED. It's pretty bright. So next are the accessories. So with the unit, you will get a wall plug. Here's the wall plug. This AC/DC adapter is rated at 90 watts, 12 volt, 5 amps. Then you have one DC to car cigarette, and then you have one car charging cable. This one's still like DC to car cigarette, but the male plug. This one's the female. Okay. Next, let's try and test the DC ports. So here I've got a MacBook charging cable. I'll try and plug it in, see how it goes. It should work, because I've been using this for about 3 months now. Yes, so you can see my MacBook is drawing 62 watts out of this PD60, so I can say that it's working. And here you can see my MacBook is actually charging. And here I have a tablet to test out the other PD 18 watts. If I plug this in here, yes, so now it's drawing 30 watts What's going on? Alright, my laptop went to sleep mode, which is why. So now it's drawing 1878 watts, which is as expected. Yeah, and the other USB port should work, but let's also test them. Yeah, so this USB, these two are QC 18 watts, but my tablet only support PD charging, and so that's the reason why it's not drawing as much. But if you have QC compatible devices, this it should be able to draw 18 watts from these two ports. And yeah, this one doesn't support QC, so it's gonna be drawing as much power as this is drawing from the 5 volts. Yeah, around the same. Coming next, I have a portable rice cooker, which I'm gonna use to test the 12 volt DC output. Here I have my own adapter. I'm just gonna plug it in. Turn on the output. You can see my rice cooker is currently in the cooking mode, and it's drawing 136 watt, 137, 140, around 140 watts. This rice cooker is rated at 10 amps, but because this DC output is unregulated, so that means it's still drawing about 10 amp or less, but the wattage is much higher because the voltage is much higher. I have a multimeter here, so let's try to measure the voltage of the DC output. Yes, I don't know if you can see, but it's reading as around 15.9 volts. Yeah, so this 136 watts is about 8 to 9 amps. Next we got this AC port to be tested. So I couldn't find any electrical device I have that draw around 300 watts. So I'm gonna start with this 140 watt MacBook charger, and then I'll try and find if I can find any 300 watt electrical devices in my place. So yeah, as you can see, one of the downside here is this charger is so big I can't really fit it in. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put this. I need something. Maybe I'll just use this. Alright, this should work. just need to make sure that it doesn't move. And then I'll connect this to my MacBook. And then I'll turn on the AC output. And yes, it starts charging my MacBook. It's now at 141, 142. Yeah. So this AC port can output like 300 watts. And I will try to find another electrical device that draw more power. Actually, as you can see, I fully charged this unit, so I need to get this down to around 3 bars before I can test the charging capability of the unit. So I'm trying to draw as much power as I can from here. You can see I'm plugging the portable rice cooker and also my 140 watts charger. It's drawing around 300 amps. I'm gonna try to see if I can plug more. I'm just gonna plug my tablet in as well. Is there anything I can plug in? Yeah, as you can see, I think this is quite a solid unit. You can produce a lot of power. Alright, I was able to get the unit down to 3 bars now. So let's start testing the charging capability of the unit. As mentioned before, I only got this wall plug at the moment. So for charging, this input port can take up to around 90 watts of power, and because this unit is around 276 watt hour, it will take a little bit more than 3 hours to fully charge the unit from this input. But let's try. So I'm going to plug this into the wall, turn it on, and as you can see, it's drawing 97 watts, 98 watts. This unit is pretty special. It can also charge from this PD60 watts. So this PD60 watt is actually a two-way port. It can charge your laptop, and it can also charge the unit itself. And you can also you can charge the unit from these two ports at the same time. I'm gonna try and do that. So as you can see, the charging speed is ramping up. So it's now charging at 155 watts. So with this charging method, it should take about 2 hours to fully charge the unit from like 0 to 1%, 100%. It's pretty good. Yeah, so that was some quick testing on this power station. I've been using this for about 3 months now, mostly for camping accessories. And I don't have any like heavy electrical devices, mostly just my phone, my laptop, tablet, the rice cooker, and also an inflatable sub pump. The sub pump is an interesting device because at peak it can draw up to 180 watts, so that translates to around 15 amps at 12 volts, and most other similar power station on the market cannot support that from the DC output. This DC output is quite special. It can support up to 15 amp out of this port, so I can use it to power my inflatable sub pump. And because the voltage here is unregulated, that means like 180 watts at, let's say, 15 volts has less current than 180 watt at 12 volt. So that is like a little bit of a relief on the cable. So the cable is going to be less hot, and also this port is going to be less hot. And this AC output can power your small household electrical devices if you have a power outage, which is good. What is not so good about this unit? So it's quite small. It cannot run for long. That's one thing. Another thing where I noticed when using this is that this unit was advertised as lithium iron phosphate, but actually, as you can see the sticker here, it's saying lithium ion, so it's a different chemistry, shorter lifespan. So I don't know if it's actually lithium iron phosphate or lithium ion, but the capacity here, 3.6 volt nominal voltage, is actually the nominal voltage of lithium ion, not lithium iron phosphate. And this unregulated DC output. So if I assume that there's no DC step-up converter in this 12 volt port, this output matches exactly the output of lithium ion and not lithium iron phosphate, because lithium iron phosphate should only peak at 14.6 volts, I believe. But I'm not an expert in battery, so I can't tell that for sure. And I've tried to ask the customer support of iTECH World, and they claim that this unit is actually lithium iron phosphate. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when you purchase this unit. I think even if this one is not a lithium iron phosphate, it's still a solid unit and it will last for a while. And that is my review for this power station from iTECH World. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about this power station in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.